So for the people watching, tell me a little bit about what is an escape room. We've heard about it, but I don't think we all know what it is.
Yeah, so escape rooms started back in 2004 as an online video game. The first one was called The Crimson Room, and I did play that back in the day. And then from there, a guy in Japan built a real-life escape room, and it eventually made its way over to the US, and it's morphed into this huge thing now. But the concept is the same between video games and real life. So you're trapped in a room. You have to search the room for clues and items. You have to use the clues with the items or combine items and figure out puzzles and riddles and just try to find your way out of the room within an hour.
Wow. So how did you get involved?
Well, like most of the other owners, I did an escape room back in the day and just fell in love with the idea. I did 3 or 4 more shortly after my first one and just started to get a lot of ideas about fun puzzles or cool themes or just anything that I thought would be cool in an escape room. And so I took a summer to build an escape room in my spare bedroom. I had my friends and family kind of test it and go through it. It was pretty clunky, but worked out okay. People gave me some good feedback on it. So I really enjoyed watching people go through something and get fun and enjoyment out of like a game that I created. So that's the creative side in me. And at the time, the industry was very young. There was only a few room escapes in this area in the western suburbs. And so I thought, I have a good product. I have an urge to make people have a good time in these escape rooms, and why not give it a try?
So do you come up with most of the theories for the escape rooms? Are these, the different rooms, are they all your ideas?
Yeah, most of them are. My first 2 rooms were all my designs. The next 2, the one we're in right now, the Victorian room, was one that a lady had designed, and when she went out of business, I purchased it from her, made some tweaks, added some things, stuff like that, and then I set it up here. So, but going forward, I have some other designs ready to go, and I have a couple other portable games, one of which is also from the lady who went out of business, but that's a game that you can take places and
kind of go from there. So let's talk a little bit about the types of rooms you have here. The room we're sitting in here is a Victorian room, and this one's different from the other 3.
It's a little bit different. This one is a murder mystery room. So the objective is not to just find all the clues in the room, but you have to then decipher the clues and figure out who the killer is of the murder. It has a low escape rate because of that. People get to the end and they guess wrong. So it's very challenging, but it's definitely unique compared to the other rooms. My other rooms are more like a traditional escape room, where one is based on a kidnapping theme in 1937. So you're trapped in the room and you're trying to get out before the kidnappers come back. The third one, the storage room, is more of a heist. You're in the storage room basement of a museum and you're trying to steal an artifact, which is kind of stealing something is another popular theme of escape rooms. And then the 2 portable games I have, the Gangster Trunk, is a game about a gangster from the 1930s, 1920s, and 30s, and you're trying to find his lost treasure. And so all that fits in a trunk. I can take that to your house, I can take that to your business, and you can play that in a conference room. And then recently I built a portable tent game that I could set up at festivals or in a parking lot somewhere, and that's just kind of a collection of all kinds of different puzzles and things, but they're all our games.
Are they different levels? So are one of your rooms better for those teams that maybe haven't played before? And then I would imagine this murder mystery room we're sitting in would be an advanced level game.
Right. So the Hideaway is probably the easiest. I always recommend that for beginners. This Victorian room is pretty challenging. The Gangster Trunk is also very challenging. So I would wait till you have a little bit of experience before you try those. The storage room is just about like the Hideaway. They both have a 40% escape rate. So if you're a beginner, either one of those rooms would be good.
So tell me a little bit about how the game is played. Do you play it as a team? If so, how many people are on your team? What works best?
Yeah, I recommend a group of 6 people. I found that that's kind of the sweet spot for team members, but my rooms will hold anywhere from 2 to 8 people. So teams can vary in size, ages, all ages are come in here, young birthday parties, friends, families, all that kind of stuff. So whatever your team is, friends or family or coworkers, bring them in. I think groups of 4 to 6 are kind of the best.
And 4 or 6 different types of people probably work well because you kind of need different minds working together.
Yeah, the more creative minds and different minds you have, the better chances you're going to solve all the puzzles quickly and not get stuck on anything.
That's amazing. What has been some of your challenges opening up, the escape room and getting this? This is a young industry.
Mm-hmm. Well, because of that, because of the industry being so young, the biggest challenge has just been, getting the public to know about escape rooms. You're not really going to hear about them or know about them unless somebody tells you, or you happen to see an article or something online. It's not something you would just go search randomly. So just getting the word out about your business, but also about the industry, has been a pretty good challenge. And a lot of the owners have been working together to spread the word and kind of market each other, which has helped a lot. A challenge I've had personally is just kind of learning more about business. I was not a business major or anything. I was a web designer before this, so I had to learn a lot about how to run a business. Made mistakes, needed help from a lot of people, and I'm constantly learning about that, but that's been a big challenge for me.
I think the industry and the idea of everybody in today's world wanting some type of experience, that this escape room fits really into having a neat experience out for a night. So I would imagine people come here to play the game first and then maybe go out for dinner and drinks afterwards and talk all about it.
Yep, that's very popular, room escape and then dinner. I do that myself with my wife. Good date nights, things like that. A lot of businesses are coming in recently doing some corporate outings. Whether it's purposely for team building or not, it has that team building aspect to it. So a lot of businesses are coming in and having events or team building events and things like that.
I could see that being a very popular thing. What do you hear when everybody's in these rooms? Do you hear laughter? Do you hear silence? What do you hear?
We hear a lot of stuff, and me and my game masters, we always get a chuckle about some of the things that happen in there. A lot of people, before they even go in the rooms, they're asking me if this is like the Saw movies. Is it going to be violent or scary? And it's not my rooms. Some rooms are meant to be scary, like haunted houses, but not mine. And then, we see some families that kind of get annoyed at each other and kind of bicker and argue. Some funny quotes, I always hear people say, I'm looking for a 4-digit word. And I always crack up when I hear that. I don't know why. But any kind of funny quotes or anything that I hear, I usually write down. And once a week, or I try to put on my social media like a quote of the week, something funny. So if you go back and look at some of those and follow my social media, you'll see more of those in the future.
Well, it sounds super fun, super challenging, great for families and for businesses too. Thanks for letting me stop by and see what you do, and I really enjoyed it. We wish you a lot of success.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll be right back with Business Connection.